His first day on the job, Donald Trump put a 90-day freeze on foreign aid disbursement through the United States Agency for International Development, known as USAID. Trump made the move after his BFF Elon Musk called USAID, quote, a criminal organization. Musk had more to say about USAID, but we'll get to that later. For now, Trump has put Musk in charge of DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, a newly formed federal agency, and USAID apparently is the first federal agency on the chopping block, according to what Trump has planned. Most Americans say we spend too much money on foreign aid and not enough on domestic issues. And I agree. The United States has spent just 1% of its annual budget on foreign aid in 2023. That amounted to $44 billion with a B. If you haven't already, be sure to like, share, and subscribe so that when I post new videos, you'll be the first to know. Again, the United States spent just 1% of its annual budget on foreign aid in 2023, and that amounts to $44 billion with a B. The money went to 160 countries and regions, with Ukraine being the top recipient, getting $16 billion. That's 20% of the entire USAID budget. Israel got 2.2 billion. Ethiopia and Jordan got $1 billion each. Afghanistan, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and Jordan were the top recipients. I already said Jordan earlier. Now, I agree that too much of our tax dollars are spent on foreign aid. The United States has been funding these other countries since 1961. That's older than me. The money is said to be used as a way to promote and to pay for economic development, humanitarian assistance, peace and security, environmental efforts, education and social services, and so on. But after nearly 65 years, these other countries should be able to support themselves and their agendas by now. It's like when a family member or a friend falls on hard times and they ask you if they could stay at your house. What's probably the first question you're going to ask? How long will you be staying? How much help will you need? So we shouldn't be handing out billions of dollars every year to people in need without asking for how long are they going to need that help. Now, even though I agree the United States needs to stop giving so much of our tax dollars to foreign countries, I have to ask the question of the motives behind the moves. And here's why. If Trump, Musk, and Doge are so focused on cutting government waste, why start with an agency that takes up just the smallest amount of the U.S. budget? Again, the USAID is just 1% of the U.S. budget. And since they're using scorched earth methods, freezing budgets, laying people off without notice, why not just go big? Or could it be another reason USAID was chosen to be cut first? What Trump and BFF Musk won't tell you is that USAID has a contract with Starlink to provide satellite internet to some of those countries that they support, including Ukraine. Starlink is a subsidiary of SpaceX, and SpaceX is owned by, you guessed it, Elon Musk. Ukraine used its Starlink satellite access to get the one up on Russia during the ongoing war at one time. Remember when the news was telling us they were bombing certain areas in Russia that were critical to the war? They were doing that because they had internet, satellite internet uplink access. Russia didn't like that. So do you think that Russia would ask Trump and Musk to end Ukraine's access to Starlink as a favor to Vladimir Putin? I think so. Also, last September, USAID said it was investigating its Starlink agreement because the organization felt that Musk's relationship with Trump would make his Starlink contract a conflict of interest. So they were looking into it. Now, before the USAID investigation, Musk was all in with his company, making tons of money through the agency. Fast forward to last week. Now, all of a sudden, Musk is calling USAID a viper's nest of radical left-wing Marxists who hate America, and they need to be shut down. And those were his words, not mine. Now, what made Musk go from 100 all in to 0? Now they need to be shut down. Could it be the agency was about to end his contract because they feel some kind of way about that conflict of interest? Now he wants to shut them down. Musk and Trump exhibit "if we can't have you, nobody else will" vibes. If they can exploit you, they will make sure you don't survive. That's not okay. That just leaves one question, though. What is Trump's and Elon's plan for the $44 billion they plan to save by shutting down USAID? I doubt the money will go to domestic programs that benefit the majority of Americans. It'll benefit Americans, all right. It'll benefit the top 1%. To find out more about the things that I care about, you can go to the written version of my journal. That's at eurweb.com. Thank you so much.